chops done right can be juicy and tender and delicious. So you'd think adding a bourbon caramel sauce wouldn't be necessary, right? Well, you'd be wrong, because here to make a good thing so much better is our very good friend and caterer to the stars, Chef Wayne Elias. Welcome back, Chef.
Welcome back,
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. As
you.
you can see in front of Cameron and Larissa and Maria are those beautiful pork chops with the caramel sauce. And I gotta be honest, Chef, I thought espresso powder, caramel sauce, what is going on here? And then I took one bite and realized how great these are.
Thank you.
So what is the key to getting a really great juicy pork chop?
So it's all about the rub. That's
Okay.
how we're gonna start. And I created this dish because everybody is doing chops, or ribs, I should say, and burgers and chicken. So why not a flavorful pork chop
That's
to
right.
do on the grill, or you could do pan sauté, which is how we're gonna do it. And with this rub,
Yeah.
I put one ingredient that's my secret, which is the espresso.
Espresso, that's interesting. And why do you use the espresso?
So when you take brown sugar, which we're gonna mix brown sugar and onion powder and cinnamon and allspice and ginger, when you mix it with a little bit of espresso, you get a little smoky flavor, but also it helps bind it and it helps crust the pork chop, so it keeps the flavor in and keeps it moist and juicy.
So
And it
doesn't
keeps you
fall
awake.
off.
Yeah.
And it gives you, if anybody's falling asleep at the house,
This is just
There
give
we
them
go.
a
This is
little
the way to
bit.
do it.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
go.
let's go. Put that.
We're
So
gonna
that's
put
allspice.
Yeah.
Also interesting.
some ground ginger,
Oh.
cinnamon, a little bit of sea salt, and some onion powder
Okay.
right over here. And I'll be the one that uses my hands to get it.
Okay, I'm going to pull this over here because I don't want to overcook our caramel sauce, because we're going to do that in just a moment.
Right, we're gonna add, that's true.
There you
Thank
go.
How's
Now-
our pan? So while we're doing this,
Okay.
as soon as I get this all mixed together,
Another thing about the pork chops is you always say buy it with the bone in.
buy it with the bone in. The bone in gives it a lot more flavor. Anything that has a bone in, you know, is gonna be flavorful next to the meat. Look,
Okay.
she's my best sous chef right here, huh?
The restaurant, you just let me
Okay,
know.
and what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute while our oil is hot. We're gonna heat that up. We're gonna dredge these pork chops on both sides.
Okay.
Debbie, you wanna give me a hand, or you're
Of
just
course.
gonna watch the stove?
Oh, I just want to make sure we're
Both
not
sides, you're
burning.
gonna pack it
Oh,
on.
Look at that.
Because you're not marinating it, so there's not too much. Let's put it that way. You want the
Okay.
flavor to be on top, so every bite is gonna have a nice little chop,
Okay.
a taste of the rub.
Here I go.
Okay, there you go. You go in. Now, do you remember what I taught you when you're putting
Go
that in?
away. No?
Away like that.
Away like that.
Well, that was towards you, but let me show you. Actually,
goodness.
Well, when I
I don't
say
know the opposite between
I don't want you
away
to get
and
burnt. Away, it's like that. Away, bye-bye.
Okay, like
All right.
that. Okay. I
So
did it wrong.
we're gonna
That
cook.
was so sweet.
It was a good attempt, though. Look,
Well, you know,
Thank you.
I'm trying to avoid you getting splattered. So we're gonna cook this.
And these are quite thick. How long on each side
These
would
are
we
nice.
do?
We're gonna brown these for a minute on each side, and then
okay.
we're gonna put them in the oven for about 8 to 9 minutes. You want a nice thick pork chop, because if you do anything too thin, it's gonna be well done very quick. And it's gonna
Okay.
be tough and not juicy and not flavorful.
Okay, so you want about an inch and a half
Look
as
at
far
that.
as, look
You
at
get a
that.
nice little caramelization on each side.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna pop those in the oven, and while those are in there cooking, we're gonna make our delicious bourbon caramel sauce, which is also very interesting. You wouldn't think a bourbon caramel sauce on a pork chop.
Now, this is for the sauce, not for you.
Oh, sauce
Make
for
sure
the
you get
sauce.
that.
He's got his eyes on me.
Saucy.
Watching you,
Don't
Deb.
get too saucy. Now, we're gonna add the bourbon.
So what was this? Just sugar and
It's sugar. It's white sugar that you caramelize.
look at that.
wow.
White sugar and butter?
You take it off the, yeah, no, it's white sugar, and that was the bourbon.
Okay, so no butter.
No butter.
Oh, that's it.
So you take it off the heat till you
Okay.
stir this in, and you want to pour that cream in for me.
Sure, so this is
Give it
heavy
about
cream?
a minute. Yep, a little heavy cream.
Oh my goodness.
Keep
Wow.
going. Keep going.
Look at that.
And then you put that right on here.
And the bourbon really
And-
does burn off. It's just the flavor.
The
of
alcohol
it.
burns off, but you'll have the flavor of the bourbon. So you cook this for about another minute. Give me a little pinch of salt, and then we're going to taste it. And then you have a nice dark caramel sauce right here that's going to go right on top.
That is beautiful.
And then you leave it warm. I'm taking it off the stove. You leave it warm on the side. All right?
And we have it over here after it cools down just a little bit, because you don't want it straight out of off the stove top, because it would be a little too hot, correct?
Be totally too hot.
So now we'll pull out our chops.
Yes, so-
and we are going to build our beautiful
Your
plate.
chops you want to cook about 135 degrees, so they're nice and medium, not too rare. And you know,
Okay.
as we say now, pork, a lot of people are afraid of cooking pork medium, but that is exactly how we serve it today.
Okay.
Because it is nice and moist and it keeps all the flavor in.
Look how beautiful.
Do you like that?
And
It
you
is
have a little bit
great.
of watercress here and a
Right, so the way,
tomato.
because it's summer, the way I serve this is with a little bit of watercress. These are Kumado tomatoes, which are Mediterranean tomatoes, full of sweet flavor, really delicious. A little bit of Maytag or Point Reyes blue cheese. So the complements, you have like the saltiness, you have the sweetness from the sauce, and you have the aromatic herbs that we just did on this rub.
It's so creative.
So you could do two things. You could either just plop it on the plate, or we're going
Slice
to
it
do a little
beautifully.
bit slicing, and then we're going to put it right on the plate. I'm not going all the way through, so I'm leaving it still attached to the bone.
Oh, I see.
Just like that. We're going to put it right here.
I mean, all of the flavorings are so creative. Even the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the onion powder.
While you guys are finishing plating that up,
Yep.
I know you got to put your bourbon caramel sauce on there as well. I want to ask you about the new show at your great table and stage theater at Rockwell. Tell me a little bit about this.
Oh, we have a wonderful, it's a supper club, and we have a wonderful show. It's a league of their own. No crying in baseball, right? So it starts this week, 8 actors and a 4-piece band, and I just put this item right on the menu. So you can come right on in, give it a shot, and enjoy some theater and some live singing.
There's no crying and cooking either.
8 actors and a 4-piece band. That sounds like the name of a movie or a book or something. That's amazing. Have a taste, Deb. You're going to love this. It's always great when you're here, Chef. For the full recipe, go to hallmarkchannel.com, everybody, and connect with Wayne on his website, crumblecatering.com. Debbie's happy, and so are we.
Perfect.